Did you guys all watch the show, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ted, did you watch it?
What show?
The PlayStation show that we're going to talk about?
I figured it out.
I can't wait
You know
to
what?
see what that means.
You know what, Jake? He's watched it. He's watched all the shows. He doesn't need to watch any more
Oh,
shows.
God, he's watched every show he needs to watch.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
played every game he needs to play.
Yeah. So he does. He
Yeah.
does.
I've seen
he's
every
got
movie
it.
I need to see.
Hello and welcome back to the Sidescape Gaming Podcast, episode 68. I'm your host, Jake Burke, and joined, as always, by James St. Charles and Ted. Just Libby. That's Ted Libby. Guys, it's just him. He's here.
Hey, I'm
It's our rotating third chair.
Ted just Libby.
Ted just Libby. I don't know.
My middle name.
It's his middle name. James, I want to ask you, or not.
oh.
Ted, please speak.
Yeah, I just want to start things off by
Yeah.
saying that Sacramento, California is not in the 100 top 50 STDs capitals of the United States.
There you go.
100
So
top.
I just needed to get that in there. We're not even in the top 150.
Wow.
Good job, Sacramento.
Good job, Sacramento. Keeping
San
clean.
Diego, I did not see San Diego either,
No,
but I could be
Oh.
wrong with that. I wasn't looking.
San Diego's a clean city.
Yeah, it's very clean.
The streets and the private parts.
Yeah, Sacramento's not clean.
Because this is the 68th episode of the Sidescape Gaming Podcast, where every Monday morning a new episode goes live on YouTube, and nothing else because I'm lazy. James, you can cancel the SoundCloud account.
Yeah,
Once
bring
a
back
week-
Spotify.
Sounds good.
Once a week, we Discord over 500 miles and talk about a video game-related topic and what games we are playing. Today, we are going to talk about PlayStation 5 and their exclusives and the show they just had last Thursday in your timeline. So, let's talk PlayStation Showcase, September 9th. What did you guys think
Yes.
of their 40-minute showcase? Just broad levels before we dive into games and anything. Just what did you think?
Outstanding. Probably one of the best showcases
Yeah,
any
I
shows
can't
we've had
believe
all year.
to not be able to find a PS5 to not play these games.
I think I have a PS5, so I don't care if I can't find one. I got one. You guys are all screwed. That's how I feel. I was like, it's a great time to
Are
be
we
me.
still screwed?
Yeah,
Is this
that's-
really
that's
still
how-
that hard?
That's
Yeah.
how it feels from them as well.
So just in console wise, it's not hard to get an S. Is it hard to get an X still?
Yeah, Series X and
Okay.
PS5s are extremely hard to find.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to.
Series S's are pretty easy to find on. Like, I don't know if you can find them on the shelves, but if you go to Best Buy, you can buy one right away, no matter what.
And basically both PS5 editions. Yeah, there's no chance.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
chance.
Is one harder than the other? Is digital
record-
like no?
I think they're pretty
For
much
For the
same.
record, I think there's a lot to do with the shortage, but also people just want these items. This is the
Yeah.
first console release where everybody, PC gamer or not, is going to get one anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with the Game Pass, it's easier to play like a lot of the Xbox games, and for the PS5 exclusives, like we just saw, they're incredible. Like they're probably better than any
Well,
platform.
My initial
their
thought, like,
announcements are pretty cool.
well, I want to. What do you mean by that, Ted? I'm curious what you mean by that.
We haven't played them.
Yeah,
We don't know.
but the track record of the studios making them. I mean, at the same time, like, guess what? We haven't played Microsoft's exclusives, and they've got 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they just had a show where they talked about a trebuchet for 25 minutes.
Yeah, but to not even mention your platform like staple
Wait, it's a trebuchet.
Come on.
Okay. You gotta really
trebuchet.
enunciate the French.
I was kind of watching the place. I mean, obviously, I'm like more of a PlayStation fanboy than Xbox or whatever, but like watching that just from a level of like, look at the games they're announcing, and then going back to the Microsoft presentation from Gamescom, I was like, you have Game Pass,
Yeah.
and that's if that's what you want, that's what you got. But like that's kind of interesting, just the polarity in that kind of lineup of studios. Oh, and James, they didn't tell us what Naughty Dog was working on.
No, yeah. When you sent me that list, I was like, wait, I forgot about Naughty Dog's not showing anything.
No,
Does that mean is it confirmed though, like new IP, or is
it
it
could be, or it could be Last of Us 3. They haven't
Okay.
really said. I would assume it's something new, and then we'll get Last of Us Part 3.
Uncharted 6.
please? No.
I don't think so.
5.
Okay,
New IP?
we're gonna go through the list of stuff they announced, and we'll go one by one, and we'll talk about them, what we thought, what our impressions were, and kind of we'll go from there. Because Ted, I gotta talk to you about this next one.
Mhm.
Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic remake,
Mm-hmm.
PC and PS5. It's PS5 timed exclusive. It's by Aspire, I believe is how you say it, and they are the porting studio for other Star Wars games. They brought over like
Yeah, they
Jango
also
Fett. And,
they ported Civilization 6 to the phone
Oh,
very successfully.
Oh.
So
wow.
they have some technical chops.
and they've did a little dev interview after the 40-minute presentation where they hit on
They sold a lot.
They said some key things. Jennifer Hale, who voiced Bastila in the original game, is voicing Bastila again. It is a ground-up remake, which makes me think that it's not going to be turn-based. I would imagine this game to be a blend of like Final Fantasy VII combat.
Yeah, so it's
I would
like
think
that game would really do well with the Final Fantasy VII type combat system.
Yeah,
Whether or not they go that route,
the old game, which I think is really funny, was an Xbox console exclusive. And yeah, it was like that old school BioWare RPG of like you took turns, you loaded up your attacks, and then you unpause the game, and then your characters did
a lot of pausing.
A lot of pausing.
Yep.
I'm very excited just from the very brief glimpse. I just think it's very cool that this game is being remade for a modern audience. It's a great story, and I think that's exciting.
Were we talking about this like before? Like,
yeah,
Knights of the you guys are going to play like
KOTOR at the end of last year.
That's
and I, it's funny. I probably am the one who played it most recently. This game needs an overhaul.
Oh yeah,
very badly. My two takeaways from the third half of the game that I played is that the dialogue choices you made are ridiculous. They're very silly, and that game's impossible to play unless you spec into lightsabers because it's a Star Wars game. But if you're like me and you decide to try and play the whole game without touching a melee weapon, it is
impossible.
You're not going to have a bad time
because your character becomes a Jedi.
Yes.
Yeah.
that is a key story point. And at the beginning, they're like, "Do you want to be a scoundrel? Spec into blaster tech and be dual wielding." And then, hard twist in the game, you become a Jedi really quickly, and then you feel like you've wasted a whole bunch of time and talent points.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see what this remake is and how they go about it. I imagine it's going to be very, very different than the original.
I want a FF7 treatment.
That's
what I'm hoping for.
Well, and I mean, call me a stick in the mud, but I kind of want to see some story edits as well, because I would love to play a Star Wars RPG where I can be a guy with a blaster and shoot my guns.
That's what you should be able to do.
And they should either...
But you can't do that in this game.
Yeah, that's...
But just in general, the story wouldn't make sense.
Exactly. So maybe they should change some things about your character creator. You know what I mean? Like,
or have different story paths.
Yeah,
exactly. Like the original... I don't know. It's kind of silly. You can play as a...
Well, also, depending on how they overhaul it, they could have like 3 separate story paths, like kind of thing, or
it'd be
not have to just be.
Not really. Not
I wouldn't
in
like
terms
that.
of story.
The story is very.
Character loses the amnesia he got.
Yeah. There's some interesting twists that would be weird if you weren't a Jedi and you couldn't use the Force.
So I'm very curious solely for that reason. I don't want to say this was a bad game by any stretch, but I think it was made in a different era. And
it was made
modernize it, I think, is actually a more challenging task than they might be leading on. So I'm very curious. And
Me too.
I'm very excited.
I'm a little curious about the studio's pedigree too. I think that's kind of interesting that they've done a lot of ports and a lot of stuff to then get a full ground up remake is interesting.
Do you think Disney's going to get involved?
Well, I mean, LucasArts is
Lucasfilm,
yeah, Lucasfilm is giving out the game, but I don't think they don't get much involved. They have like an internal studio at Disney that basically like decides who should take on these projects and works with them a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking because I know that the Old Republic has been decanonized. It is not part of Star Wars lore. But also just like with the whole Marvel vs. Capcom, where they were very like nitpicky about what Marvel characters could do. Do you think they would stick their fingers into this? Or
I would guess that they already have. If they're announcing this game, they've already stuck their fingers in. Because like with the visceral Star Wars game that was Amy Hennig who did Uncharted, it was supposed to be like a third-person action game where you played as a bunch of different characters. That game got shelved because of all the Disney involvement. And Disney was like really taking an axe to it, and they didn't like it, so they just shelved it. Yeah. So we'll see. But I'm excited. I thought the little tease of just showing Revan in like high def was really cool. Had a great time. There is no release date for that, and it will never.
I'm not expecting this to come out like for maybe a couple of years, probably. Right?
No, 24, probably 25. Yeah, crazy that it's a PS5 exclusive. I think that's hilarious because it was an Xbox exclusive originally.
I do too.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Project Eve. This was a new game announced from I believe it was not from Platinum, but it looked like Parasite Eve, which I would assume Project Eve makes sense. Did this do anything? Did this tickle anyone's fancy? It's another.
It did a lot. Yeah, it looked like a Bayonetta Nier
of
game.
The games that were released, I paid attention to this the least.
Yeah. Did you? So James, it did a lot for you?
Yeah, it looks like a Bayonetta Nier game, which Nier is like a really great story game and the atmosphere. And this just looks like it's trying to emulate that. The combat looked fun. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's pretty well on. It could be like become a new like established franchise. Like people could really get into it.
Yeah, and kind of like a soft reboot of Parasite Eve, which people fucking dug. So I was interested.
That one's
Parasite Eve was like
a
PS2, PS3 hack and slash game that people like.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nope.
it was like Enslaved. Remember that game, Ted, where the Monkey Man, where people like
I do.
People still talk about Enslaved, but nobody's played Enslaved.
I did not play it.
Me neither.
I watched a Major Nelson breakdown of that.
God, Major Nelson.
Okay, and then you got Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which showed off a trailer and talked about the magic abilities that your character has, and you get to use guns.
It's a fun Borderlands. It's like a Borderlands with extra stuff to do.
Yeah.
It's like Borderlands, but you have fun.
But you have more powers. Like Borderlands, you have like these like timed abilities, but it's like this one is more. Yeah, you're gonna have a more D&D role playing aspect. Besides, you have getting guns and loot.
Yeah, and then it also showed melee weapons, like a lot of melee weapons, which I thought was pretty cool. At one point, someone threw a hammer or an axe, and it came right back. I thought that was really cool. Little God of War kind of stuff.
little seal in there.
Disney's gonna nix that. Can't throw a hammer and have it come back. That's copywritten.
I was more sold on this version of this trailer of Tiny Tina's than I have of anything else. I was like, I'll probably get this. So,
how much is it? A $60 game coming out, or is it?
I believe it is a 70.
Is it a?
Oh, it's 70. You're right. It is
70. Okay, that's what I wanted.
We'll talk about that later.
It's 70, and it does come out March 25th, 2022. We got a lot of release dates here. We're gonna have a lot to talk about in spring 2022 on this show. Yikes. Forspoken was then showed off, the new Square Enix game about the girl that is taken into a mythical world and must defeat a bad guy using magic.
I love this game.
Not vocabulary though.
Forspoken.
What was this called before? Project something?
Yes,
Aria?
Project Aria, I think is what it was.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
Yeah, and it was like just like a demo. It was like, hey, look what we can do, and then it was like, let's just make a game of this. Everyone likes it.
If this game is fun, it would be great. Like, it's weird to say that, but like it has like a thing where like it looks really nice, but it's got to be fun.
So the abilities look good. If it's like an empty world, then of course it's gonna be crap. But if it's a good, like fun-filled, adventurous world, this could be amazing.
Yeah.
Can that be our new tagline? If the game is fun,
it's good.
It's my new tagline, Jake Burke. If it's fun, it's gonna be good. So yeah, I was kind of intrigued by this. I'm excited to see what Square Enix kind of does with a new franchise. I'm curious about it. It looks really pretty too. The particle effects.
If we say Square Enix, do you know who's actually making it?
No.
Okay.
No clue.
They probably said it. I just didn't pay attention.
That's fine. Because Square Enix is worldwide
huge.
At this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's an internal Square studio. Like it looks like it's a Square Enix
like
presents project. Yeah, it's not just their publishing. Comes out spring 2022, so you don't have to wait that long. And I don't believe this is a PS5 exclusive, is it?
I think it might be.
Might be just exclusive.
Yeah, it might be a PS5.
This one was a little vague.
Yeah.
I wrote down most of the other ones. Ted, this one's for you. Rainbow Six Extraction, man. This game's coming.
Oh, God.
This game's coming out.
Sure
is it coming? Because it keeps getting delayed.
January 2022. Didn't even have a date, but January.
PlayStation exclusive. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It is not.
No. It's whatever. The more I see of this game, the way less excited I am about this game.
Yeah, we don't need another 30-minute trailer. I'm done.
No, but you know what you do need more trailers of, James? Deathloop, and you're going to get
one
later on.
This is the final trailer.
James and I were texting during this show, and Deathloop came up, and I was like, oh, good, another Deathloop trailer. We really need to see this game 2 days before it comes out.
You got to beat it to death.
Fuck. It's because it's been delayed so many times, they have to keep showing it. Alan Wake Remastered, coming out October 5th, 2021. Does that do anything for anybody?
Looks exactly like the old game, just better graphics. So
I think it's neat. So apparently they released this as like there was also an open letter that was written by the character in the game, and they posted on some fan sites first and kind of got community engagement because they're still fan sites. So that was very cool. Apparently this could be them kind of sticking their toe in the water for a sequel.
I think there's a confirmed sequel, right? Or no?
Well,
they didn't mention anything.
Control is the sequel to Alan Wake because Alan Wake happened in the Control universe, and the DLC of Control you do Alan Wake stuff.
Yep.
So it's all one universe.
I don't know about you, Jake. I really bounced off of that DLC, but that's just me.
Me too.
I also have not played Alan Wake, so maybe this is not for me.
That was exactly my point. I started a little bit with the little flashlight thing. I was like, this is gonna be scary. I don't want to do this. And I stopped.
Flashlight? Nope, I'm out.
I'm excited for an Alan Wake remake.
Are you gonna play it?
Play that game.
You gonna play it?
What's up?
10 times fast.
Yeah.
I would like to play it.
You excited for Alan Wake remake?
Alan Wake remake.
Alan Wake remake.
It's a little ha. Ghostwire Tokyo, no date, but comes out in 2022.
This is the one that was with that girl who did had that really
the meme
Bethesda
and then she left the project.
She left immediately right
after they announced it.
This game looked better than the last trailer. Last trailer looked really awful. It looked like a PS4, maybe
PS3,
first PS4, PS3. But this one looked a little bit better. They had a better trailer, so they got word back to put a better trailer out there. I'm still hesitant on this game, whether or not it's going to be good and fun.
I don't know if you're in this boat, but do you get what this game is? Because I don't understand. I know it's a first-person you got magic game, but is it scary? Is it more combat focused? I think
it's a scary game.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be scary.
The tone was just weird of this trailer of I can't tell what they're trying to do with it.
Yeah, this is the first time the trailer I had any idea what there's a pro tag, I guess now, and
yes,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think we knew that until now.
Powers and
yeah.
Now yeah.
Ted, you gonna play some Ghostwire?
Didn't really do anything for me, no.
No.
But you know what, Ted? I know what did do something for you. It's a game you haven't played since 2013. GTA 5 coming to PS5. No. March 2022. It did get delayed.
That's funny.
I know.
Is there a first-person mode?
There's a casino. They showed that off.
Oh yeah.
So we need to set the record straight about this.
Yeah.
This is a full-priced product that is releasing for the PlayStation 5, and I believe it's also for the Xbox Series X.
Yes.
Full-priced, takes advantage of the new graphical upbeats, but ultimately is the same game.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So if you have
an upgrade or
I think it's an upgrade in fidelity and frame rate. So I think it goes up to 60.
Price-wise, this is not something you upgrade into. This is a whole new product that you buy.
Okay, so this is the thing that PlayStation has already fucked themselves on this generation, where Xbox has made it really easy.
Yep.
It is the big problem with the PS4, PS5 is that there are games that are both, but you can't Ghost of Tsushima PS4 is not the same as Ghost of Tsushima PS5. And you have to upload your save to become a PS5 save.
Yep.
And you have to have both games on your console to do this.
Yep.
It is a nightmare.
Yep.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, and there's about this transition period it sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. I don't know if you saw with Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's what I was.
Or Forbidden West, sorry. Which comes out next year. You could buy the game on PS4 for $60, and then when you got the PS5 version, you could upgrade for a cost. Or you could buy the PS5 version for $70. Now, people.
I was listening to a podcast. Shocker.
Wow.
Do you guys think that the PS5 version for $70 that you just described will you get the PS4 version for free?
No.
So isn't it a better cost value to just buy the 4 and upgrade to 5?
Well,
we don't know what the cost transition is.
Now we do.
I thought it was $10.
No, now we know. Horizon, people were so pissed off about it, they've scrubbed that. And you can just buy the PS4 version and get a free update to the PS5.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So you can spend $10 less, buy the old version, and then get the new one for free.
There it is.
Because it's such a convoluted process.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
So we'll see how these upgrades work. I don't know about the GTA 5 thing, if you can just upgrade for a cost. Ghost of Tsushima was $30 to upgrade, but you got the DLC pack along with the upgrade.
That's worth it.
Yeah, Tony Hawk was $10 to upgrade. That's what I did to play that game in 60 FPS. So that's what they do. But yeah, it's convoluted as shit. Guardians of the Galaxy, October 26, 2021. I thought this was the worst trailer for this game by far.
It did not need this trailer.
No, this trailer made this game look really bland.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone felt that. Also, the music was like stock music, which was so strange for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, their real music has licenses to it. I wonder if they couldn't
get one for the trailer,
afford to actually put the actual music in the game. Yeah.
Well, apparently the game has a pretty extensive soundtrack. They've released artists that are a part of the soundtrack, but very weird. The trailer
wasn't specified in the contract that trailer music could be that same music.
I know.
Thanks, Columbia Records.
Are you guys going to play this game?
I am not. I think this is a game that is up your alley, Jake, but not up mine.
Yeah.
Considering it's the only Marvel game that I will be able to play, potentially.
What?
Is this an exclusive?
No.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's not PS5 exclusive.
It's on everything.
No, yeah, it's coming to
It's
PC.
on Switch.
Okay, yeah. maybe I will play. We'll see.
Yeah, so considering it's the only one that I can actually play, I'm curious.
Yeah.
We discussed this before in the actual press conference. I think this game will be pretty interesting. I'm hoping it is. I think it will be too. Jake tells me it's fun, and then I will.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll wait till you tell me it's fun, and then that's how I know it's a good game.
Yeah, I'm excited to play. I mean, I'll play it because I love the Guardians and I love just like that kind of game. So we'll see how it goes. But I did think this was the worst of the trailers. Of like none of the jokes hit. It was pretty bland. I was like,
Yeah, the jokes were not good. None of them
good. Yeah, so I'm curious with that. With if they can. What more trailer? What is the game more like the other trailers or this one? And that's concerning. Game I didn't expect to like.
That one is made by Square Enix.
Yes,
Eidos
Montreal.
Canadians.
Yep. Which they've done some great work. So I trust that studio and just a first-person experience. They did make Deus Ex.
I wish they would make another Deus Ex.
But they don't sell, so they won't make Deus Ex. They don't sell. They could be 10 out of 10s and nobody buys them.
Yeah, political games just don't sell.
No. Vampire Masquerade Blood Hunt.
This game looked interesting.
It looked really interesting.
I saw a streamer play it today, and it was fun. It's got some
sequel to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Yes,
has been talked about for I feel like almost legitimately 10 years now at this point, and they have gone all over the place in explaining what this thing is. That I'm just like, I don't believe any of it anymore. Just let it come out and we'll see.
Is it is it online only, or is it co-op, or is it like a PvP thing?
I don't know.
It's like it's a PvP type game, like almost like Nos. I can't remember the name. The game that just came out. It's like Nosgard, something like that. There's a game that came out that was just like it.
Okay.
And it immediately flopped.
Ooh.
Like it did not have a good. But yeah, it's like, you know, there's different classes and it's PvP. But the way I was looking at it, it looked almost like BR-esque. But you have different abilities. So it's like, I don't know if the classes are balanced, but you know, you can play as like the vampire and then like
so when I heard about this game, and maybe we're thinking of different games at this point, I don't know, but this was not a multiplayer game when I heard about it a couple of years ago. So I will wait until this comes out and then I'll find out.
Yeah, it's this game. I didn't think I was going to like any of it, and then it kind of piqued my interest in the trailer, but then I still didn't get what it was. My favorite part of this trailer, though, James, and you'll like this, it ended with a date of just 2021.
I love that.
There's only like 3 months left.
Hey, 2021. Yeah, but I watched the beta gameplay of it. It's pretty much finished.
Okay, interesting. Curious whether it is. Now, the game that nobody's ever seen any footage of. It is just so sparse. We hunger for details of Deathloop, and James, we got him.
We did.
This game takes place in a time loop. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's a loop.
And you got to kill 8 people, and there's someone else trying to kill you.
It's beautiful.
Deathloop. I'm excited for this game. I can't wait for it. I know they have.
How many days?
3 days. It comes out Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah.
So I'm very curious. I hope it reviews very well, and I'm excited to see how we like it. I know that I'm going to be playing it. I don't know about anybody else here, but
I'll be playing it.
I may have to take a pass on this one. I will see. Unless enough of my friends are like, "Yo, I know you like BioShock, just do it." Unless I'm properly convinced, I'm kind of at a pass right now. I don't know. It's just not really feeling it at this time and place.
Yeah.
But
has that the BioShock feel, but Dishonored gameplay. So it's like if you're a Dishonored fan, you gotta play it.
Yeah,
you know, I think I'm a Dishonored fan.
You
play the first one a lot. Yeah.
Are you? Did you play the second one though?
Is this made by Arcane?
Yes.
Yeah.
Arcane. They're not the American Arcane. There's 2 Arcanes. Okay. There's one that's in some European country, and I think that's the one who made this. France sounds right.
France. I don't know.
Sounds right.
You played Dishonored 2?
Quality journalism here.
Yeah.
Did you play Dishonored 2?
I did not play Dishonored 2.
Dishonored 2 is on Game Pass, so if you go right now, you can download and play it.
James, we're talking about PlayStation. Shut your mouth.
I feel like I just got sold a used car.
I'm excited for Deathloop. I thought what was really cool about this trailer is they showed kind of the fun interactive stuff you can do with the environment. They at one point he shot like a gumball machine, and the guy tripped on gumballs. So it's like if you can do a lot of that kind of stuff, that's really cool. Like that's
the cool innovative. Kills was the best thing about Dishonored. Like just getting these really cool stealth kills. So if you can just get these cool Deathloop kills, which
yeah, absolutely. Arcane does a very good job of that game feel of like making you feel like you got in, got out, and succeed in a really cool way.
Yeah, and then nobody else did it the way you did it. I think that's
get into this game, have a good experience. Personally, that's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it. Then we got, I think, the weirdest thing I've ever seen in a press conference was Radiohead and Epic Games. They teased some sort of collaboration for Kid Amnesia Exposition. I don't know if you saw this.
The guitar.
It was weird.
I actually missed this one completely.
This was like a tease for some interactive exhibit that they're doing soon. I didn't write the date because it confused me about what it was. So
I don't know. It had good Radiohead music though. So
it was a Radiohead thing, yeah.
That's great.
Ted, the game you're thinking about with the guitar and the girl was Ticha.
Teacher?
Ticha? T-C-H-I-A.
I have no idea.
Ticha?
Tichai?
Maybe that's right. Okay. But this game looks like, James, this looked like a game we could love if it's good.
Yeah, that's what this game was.
Walking around an island, turning into animals.
I like that.
Exploring. That looked cool.
It's like Mario Odyssey for the PS5.
Yep. Exactly. And guess what? I was listening to somebody else talk about this, and then at one point the girl jumps off and like grabs on and does like the Breath of the Wild thing, and they're like, "Oh, good, they played Breath of the Wild while making this game." I was like, "It's so true."
Yeah, it's a borrowed game.
Yeah, everybody's now doing it. But it looks interesting. A nice little indie that PlayStation kind of supporting in their big showcase, which I thought was really cool.
Good.
Now, James, this is for you. This is for you because you've been asking for it. When you get more PC games from PlayStation?
Yeah,
you're getting them now.
Please.
You're getting the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, James. Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy coming to PS5 and PC. PS5 coming in spring, PC a little after spring. So
I'm loving it.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Uncharted's a big PC play. That's huge. That's like
I want to know who's doing the ports though, or is it their own studio?
It's not Naughty Dog, but it's the port. It's the studio they just acquired.
Ben?
No, they acquired a PC port studio that they use for Horizon.
Oh, yeah, the one that I keep forgetting the name. But it's just the end, I think.
Is Uncharted's 1, 2, and 3 already? Okay, so this is just 4 and 4.5.
Yeah, the little offshoot game. The offshoot game is very good.
What did that studio do beforehand? Was this the one that is? Wait, Ben also does the ports as well, right?
Sometimes Ben did Days Gone. Sony Ben
did Days Gone, which was really good, and then this studio did Horizon Zero Dawn, right?
Yeah.
Which was like
a little
not
iffy,
good at the start, not good at the start.
But they
and then
purchased them, and so they'll have a lot of resources.
Okay.
I think what's more cool is seeing the commitment now to PC. You're going to see, I think, Uncharted is just the beginning. Yeah.
I think that's a good play from PlayStation to eventually put all their exclusives that were exclusive for like maybe a couple years onto PC, and then you just longevity wise, that's a good play. And
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, did you see the report that apparently Epic was trying to get PlayStation to sign some exclusive deal?
Yep.
And it was like, was it $400 million per game? It was something stupid. It was like a $500 million exclusivity deal for their title. It was something crazy, and they said no.
I honestly think that's low.
Yeah.
Especially for PS5, that's way low. To me, PS5 exclusives and games in general is $1 billion investment.
Yeah. So
and Epic has been, they were the first to do like the PlayStation ones.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they got to do. Like, I feel like Epic needs to have a play, but I think PlayStation might be doing something themselves. Like, I feel like they might do like a PlayStation Pass thing that extends to PC eventually. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Well, Sony, PlayStation, and Steam have collaborated before.
Yes, and I feel like they get a deal. They don't get that 30% cut that like everyone else says. I guarantee it. Just like Xbox, they are not like There's like a definitely good collab there between Valve and PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean Portal 2 was had cross saves way before that was a thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So there is a old alliance there, but it's a new age, I'd say.
Yeah. Ted, talk closer to your mic when you talk. By the way.
Hey, don't tell me what to do.
You're just you're like quiet. It's like listening to an ant and then two giants yell at each other.
Yeah, I agree, Ted.
Describes this. That describes this well.
Describes this podcast. Speaking of giants, Sony did something just incredible. They showed the Insomniac logo. They showed the Marvel logo, James. And you know what? We all went Spider-Man 2. We got this shit. Spider-Man 2. And then it's a bar, and a bunch of people are like all beaten down, bloodied. A guy gets up, whips out a knife. There's a dude in a cowboy hat. and his fucking claws come out, and they're making a PS5 exclusive Wolverine game.
This is gonna be so good.
How did they pull this?
Imagine the
off?
combat for it too. Oh,
I know. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
This may be the first time I'm actually upset that I can't get or afford a PlayStation right now.
Yeah.
You got time, Ted.
This game's not coming out for a long time.
Yeah.
So things to note. Insomniac, for people that don't know, right now is kind of insane with how many games they're able to put out. They just released
10,000 employees.
Did they really?
No,
I was like, holy shit.
They're coming out with so many games.
Well, they at least have 3 teams, which is gnarly.
Yeah.
They released last year alone. They put out Spider-Man Remastered, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and then they put out Ratchet and Clank today, or not today, this year.
Today.
Today. They did it today, this year. So now they've announced that they're bringing Wolverine, which is done by the Miles Morales team.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Ratchet's going to get a sequel because it sold extremely well. Wolverine, how did they pull this off? How are we getting?
Wolverine games are not uncommon.
No, but I'm saying the fact that it's a PlayStation exclusive along with Spider-Man.
I think there might be more. Like the way this is setting up, it's like they might be getting a lot more IP. With the way Spider-Man's Spider-Man's probably selling really well.
As long as these keep selling and there aren't any movie plans for them.
You
want who else do you want to do?
Yeah.
So Wolverine means we're gonna get X-Men, which means we're gonna get probably some more.
I don't think so. I think they're gonna keep it fairly small.
I could see Wolverine being the size of Miles Morales, which is still a great open world game, but I could see it being a similar thing of like it's in New York, it's in this Insomniac Marvel New York that they've done, and you're Wolverine. I could see that.
Where do they hang out?
Do you actually think it's going to be in New York?
It could be. I mean, that's Miles Morales was in New York, and it felt new enough. I also could see this not being a massive open world game like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I assume it will be some open world.
I could see this being much more of a
outdoor wilderness
brawler, of a much more linear, but like you're focusing on combat and killing people.
I would like an kind of like Origins Wolverine, like maybe not like too young, but just like sort of outdoor in the wilderness, like trying to find himself. Not like mainly like in the city, like doing.
Wolverine. I'm pretty sure Wolverine Origins is the actual name of a Wolverine video game.
Yeah, it was actually a good video game for a shit.
Yeah, that's the 360 one, right?
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah,
I was thinking about buying that recently. That's a really good game.
You're thinking about buying a 360?
Yeah. I was thinking about that a lot. I was like, that was a really good game.
Like
in terms of licensed superhero games, that was really good.
Especially compared to the literal garbage that was that film.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I just can't believe it's real. They did not put a release date obviously on it or anything, but it's crazy that they're getting a sequel, and they've hinted that it might be a shared universe with Spider-Man, with their Insomniac Spider-Man. So
that would be strange.
That would be interesting. Wolverine and Spider-Man do a bunch together.
No, totally, and it all makes sense. But like the idea that we're gonna have 2 different
shared
Marvel
universes,
MCUs, like. Just trying to explain that to someone like my dad would just blow his mind.
You're gonna have the MGU, the Marvel Gaming Universe.
Oh dear.
True. They can make it
with the Square Enix Avengers game. It's gonna be part of it.
Oh, okay, never mind. You know what?
Cross that off.
Yeah.
When are we jumping into Avengers, guys? Black Panther just came out. Come on, let's do it.
Okay.
Then they talked about a game that I'm sure we're all so excited for, is Gran Turismo 7. Or as I wrote,
look pretty.
Gran Turismo. Woohoo!
Pretty.
Comes out March 4th, 2022. It looked pretty. You customize cars, and you drive.
I need a car expert here. From what I'm to understand, Gran Turismo has really fallen behind. In terms of, these games are handcrafted for people that love cars and love racing and all kinds of things like that, which is great. But like Forza just has been doing so much, and then Forza got consumer friendly with the Horizon series, and everybody loves it. And Gran Turismo seems to be in this strange, like, they're not trying anything new.
Staying in their lane.
Just pretty cool. Yeah. They're staying in their lane. How many more car puns can we add into this?
Did you know there's a Forza Horizon Br?
Battle Royale?
Yeah, you race around, and like if you're not in the zone, then you get.
Do 100 cars drop into a map with no weapons?
I was about to say that sounds.
It's basically it's just a car free for all battle royale. Like that to me was like, wow, Forza is just way ahead of everyone.
There is an actual motorsport racing type of like last person in the pack gets eliminated, and then you just slowly do that until there's 2 people left, and then 1.
I think the extent of Forza is just better than Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo just focuses on like certain cars, and Forza is like almost anything motorsport.
Yeah, Forza's branched out, and I'm not a Gran Turismo player. I have not been since Gran Turismo 2 for the PlayStation.
Same here. 2 was amazing.
So I really can't speak to it, but I just don't know what they're bringing to the table that Forza has not.
From what I have understood, I was to say, actually, nowadays I don't know, but I know that Gran Turismo used to be the tech demos, right? Like you'd see it to see how great a console could be pushed.
Yeah,
and now
but there's so many cars. It's like Project Cars. There's like games, Assetto Corsa. There's like games that are specifically built for like the F1 racers that like you can like do anything with the customizability. So I don't know what Gran Turismo is bringing to the table.
I don't either, and I didn't get that from this trailer either. It did not.
No.
Yeah.
Didn't speak to me, and I'm not. Who am I going to say? I'm not the audience.
Yeah, it's like I'm not the Gran Turismo fan here. So,
but then Ted, they did something even crazier. If we thought Insomniac's logo once was crazy, Insomniac's logo came up again, and then the Marvel logo came up again, and then it was 2 Spider-Men fighting the same dude, and then you had a voiceover from Craven the fucking Hunter about how he's always looked for prey. Now he thinks he's found the perfect prey. And then you hear Venom. Spider-Man 2. 2023.
Beautiful.
What are you, Ted? Are you fucking kidding me? They're going to kick you off this call?
I don't like Venom. I also don't really like Craven the Hunter. I don't think he's that good of a villain. I just don't like him that much.
You know what, Ted? Do you like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Venom, though?
Oh, well, yeah, but that's different. Okay. That's different.
We're okay.
Yeah,
then.
That's not canon Venom by any means.
You know what is canon is
man.
Eddie Brock going to a church and praying to God that he'd smite Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I always think about that.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
I don't like Venom.
Personal
thing.
I'm very excited for this game. I can't wait.
Yeah, I am too. I'm excited. I was talking to you off camera once. I really want to play the first Spider-Man. I missed it, and I have regretted it ever since. And now that I have a very fancy TV, I would like to see Spider-Man on a very fancy TV.
Dude, Spider-Man PS5 is fucking insane.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited, and again, upset that I can't and won't get one at the moment.
It's coming out in 2023, and it sounds like, from the PlayStation blog description, you will play as both Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Mm-hmm. So however they do that, I'm very curious if you're able to switch whenever, or if it's
GTA style.
GTA style. That was my first thought.
Yeah, that works.
I think that'd be sweet. I would assume that Peter Parker is getting the black suit at some point during this game. Craven the Hunter is a Spider-Man villain that's very bizarre unless he's done well. And he was in a great comic series called Craven the Last Hunt, which is Peter in the black suit, who basically tries to kill Craven. So he has been involved with the black suit and Spider-Man symbiote and stuff before. So interesting. Very cool. Very cool. And then we got the big potatoes. James, what did we get?
You tell me.
We got God
what
of
did we
War.
miss? Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
God of War Ragnarok.
You talk about potatoes here. I was like, what?
The big potatoes. Not the small potatoes. The big potatoes. The main course. God of War Ragnarok, they showed a ton of God of War Ragnarok.
Is it officially Ragnarok? Can we say that now?
Yes. It was titled officially Ragnarok. Atreus is much older. Looks to be like 5 or 6 years older. He and Kratos are bickering a lot back and forth to each other about taking the fight to Odin and his people. It looks awesome, but it looks very similar, like graphical, to PS4 God of War. Like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to get too far. Like I feel like it's just clearly an extension. Like not. Yeah. Did you see anything there that looked different?
The dog sled thing looked like a new boat style.
Kind of reminded me of like Gears of War 5 sledding. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
It's kind of cool.
And the combat looked to be much more combo between the axe and the Blades of Chaos. There was a lot.
We saw some new stuff. Yeah,
like fluidity between both, which I thought was really cool. And Atreus had some new powers, so they're definitely like expanding upon both these people. And then they showed a lot of new characters. Thor is in it. Thor is voiced by a character from an actor from Sons of Anarchy, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then
the director like really liked this actor and had him Okay, yeah. So it's not Cory Barlog.
Yes, I was going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Cory Barlog. They had a whole thing at the end that Eric Williams, who has been a developer on every single God of War game. He's worked at Sony Santa Monica for like 25 years. He is the director for this game. Cory Barlog is doing a new project, and he said, "I'll see you guys really soon."
But he still, I think they had him as executive producer for it, so he was like probably assisting, but not like there.
I would assume he was involved in a lot of story stuff. Yeah. It looks freaking awesome. I cannot wait for this.
I like that they do that though. That's a really cool thing that they do. Like you pass the torch on to someone else to give it a,
give it a go.
Give your take on it. Like have some stuff. So this is gonna be a great game.
Yes,
I think we already know. We already know it's gonna be a good game. I'm excited for the story too. What they're going. Yeah,
it looks really interesting. It's Freya was like right in the beginning of the game attacking you, so they she's obviously there.
She's pissed.
We know that Odin is an actual character in it. Tyr, we saw like him in the game as well. So there's gonna be a lot of interesting godly story on
Norse gods. Yeah.
So and then I don't know if someone during the developer interview said it's setting up the closing to the Norse trilogy. Or not trilogy, the Norse series of God of War. And I couldn't tell if they meant like what the beginning of the game was setting up for the end, which is the end of the Norse saga, or if there's another game after this that they're setting up that too. So Ragnarok is the end of...
all right, hear me out, guys. Yeah. You cross the pond, and then you have to kill the Christian god.
Oh God.
Oh.
Yep. I mean, you have to kill like the King James.
We've gone from Roman to... Norse. Where can we go?
I'm just saying, if we're staying on theme here, he's just going to go around killing all the gods.
Yeah, he's going to Egypt. He's going to Egypt.
Egypt, let's go. I'm so ready for Egypt.
Those gods died thousands of years ago, but chronologically speaking.
Egypt's they had Egypt gear in the vault in God of War. In the Norse one.
That chronologically that doesn't add up. Norse gods came way after Egyptian gods.
Maybe he goes back in time, Ted. You don't know. He's fighting gods.
I'm holding out.
Yeah.
In like a Golden Compass style, this game will get banned. You can wear a Pope hat. It's DLC.
Wow, wow, that's interesting.
Right? Where else do they go from here? I mean, you're totally right. It's Egyptian gods.
It's Egyptian gods.
You could get fun with it and do more Eastern stuff. I think that would be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
But yeah,
you think
running out of gods to kill?
Do you think it ends with Ragnarok? Because Ragnarok is kind of like
it's the end of
the
Norse,
end.
Yeah.
But what I feel we're just so into like trilogies. What do you feel like?
I would hope they do end the Norse thing, and then a third game can be something new.
That's what I kind of hope for. I think that'd be really cool to like kind of close out, like have a trilogy, and the third one is not Norse. Yeah. I think that'd be interesting.
With the same characters.
Yeah.
So what do you think? They just break out and go.
Yeah, or they do something to piss off Anubis or something. I don't know.
Like you have to go beyond Odin, so it's like.
Yeah, you can't go much higher.
Beyond Odin.
I mean, he already fucking killed Zeus like 4 times, so kept killing him.
I know. Go back to the origins. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go back to where you could sleep with
women. It's like, oh, not yourself. This guy again.
Yeah. He comes to America.
I brought my son.
There's no gods to kill. He just has
to
live
my
as
boy.
American.
Boy, kill Zeus again.
We have to go work in the coal mines. I'm so excited for this game. I mean, it's just gonna be great. What a great palette of exclusives and of content to show that this is what you're buying a PS5 for. I mean,
we talked about a lot of games, and all of them just looked pretty good. Even the ones that we were just saying not really my game. Still good.
There wasn't a point in the presentation where I was like, except for maybe Gran Turismo, but I get that serves an audience that's not me. Of like, ooh, this is not a good game.
Yeah, that trebuchet, man.
No,
loving it.
PlayStation VR.
No,
they are holding up on that. I feel like
I think they're making something new.
The issue that I've heard rumored in the background is tech. Like establishing that tech and the price point would be like not feasible right now to sell to consumers. They wouldn't be able to manufacture enough, and it's just like, oh, you're already. So I think they're holding off on it. They already have the controllers done, which are like index but better. I'd say they're still finger style, but not like with the. So it's all there. It's just when they can mass produce it and get it, probably next year. I'd say.
I think we're going to see this component shortage well into next year.
The shortage is not taking super hit right now, but yeah, once things ramp up during Christmas, I think you'll see a lot of shortage.
Yeah, on the manufacturing end, it's pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
of just trying to get a single component or a resistor for a fucking board. It's just insane.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah, yeah. Don't think you're gonna have an easy time buying a PS5 anytime soon.
No.
Before we close out the show and wrap up kind of what we've been playing, how do you feel about what Xbox is doing and what PlayStation's doing? And where do you see them going? And, I know, Ted, we don't have to take sides, Ted, but I'm curious what you feel about that.
I'm sorry, we're taking sides?
Okay. Yeah, take a side.
Sides,
pick a side.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, there we go.
Whoa, there's that green Xbox light, boys.
Oh,
no, it's not green. Okay.
I see the X.
It's not that
it's
green
making
anymore.
the
It's
X.
not gonna come through on YouTube. It's making the X.
It does kind of make an X, actually.
I love X-Men, so PS5.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Nice. I'm thinking Xbox is doing their own thing, and it's working out really well with Game Pass, and PS5 is going, like they said at the beginning of the kind of presentation, like they're going for doing what they know best and making quality games. So
yeah, and I make a joke there. I think that PlayStation will be in a fantastic spot the longer we go down this path. In 2 years, they'll be great.
Yeah.
Right now, with their transition debacle, that's really kind of shying me away. It's why my PS4 is still in a box right now, is because I don't have a Pro and I don't trust the PS4 editions of PS5 games. Xbox is doing a really good job of just bringing the games to me, and I sit down in front of the TV and just turn it on and go, oh, "What's new?" We'll talk about what I've been playing, but no, I think once they get a library down and PlayStation 5 has become available, and getting one is not hard, I think they will be in a great spot.
Yeah.
Once they just go like, "Yeah, we're a premium movie company, and here's our premium movie collection," perfect.
Yeah,
but right now they are all trailers.
And a thing, kind of just talk about how hard it is to get PS5. These things are still selling like insane. Like they have outsold PS4 to this time, so they're not like it's like they haven't made that much of them. Like they are.
Yeah, they are making them and people are buying them.
Yeah,
which is, I'm sure they're loving it. It's just, it's just hard for you to like go out and get them.
Yeah. So I will be very excited to purchase a PlayStation 5 Slim and buy the Spider-Man collection.
In 3 years,
for me personally. And that'll come with time, or the God of War collection.
Yeah, very cool. James, how do you feel?
Personally, I'm thinking PlayStation is coming hard with the exclusives, and they're quality exclusives. They're like good games. Halo's got to do really well here for Xbox.
Not, though?
I can see some of them not being like too good, but I think we know God of War is just gonna like, that's probably gonna drive a lot of people to.
I would be
get their hands on it.
If I guess I'm thinking what if I was already bombed. Days Gone did not do too well, huh?
Yeah,
Days Gone.
And they're not gonna make a sequel.
Yeah. Well,
Days Gone sold really well on PC though.
I don't know about that. Their director seems really excited to make a sequel.
They already pitched the game, and I guess Sony said no.
So they did pitch 2. No, 2's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the port did well.
Right.
I mean, people like because they cleaned up a lot of stuff. Like it works really well on PC. So that's why people were like shouting out Studio Bend for a great port.
Yeah.
So
I do wonder if Sony will at any point vary things up, because right now, if just off the top of my head, all of their exclusives, with a couple of exceptions, obviously, but a lot of them seem to fall under that like open world
third-person
game, action game, kind of sorta. I mean, you can nitpick that away, and you're totally right. But I wonder if they're going to experiment in their field, because right now they seem to just want to do single-player games that take up a lot of your time. And I wonder, like 12 Minutes is a great example. Do you think they'll ever start releasing like smaller, more focused projects, or no?
Well, I don't personally. I don't because they don't need. They don't need to.
Yeah,
they're selling like hotcakes, and everyone else in the market. Like, think of all the third-party games. They're all these multiplayer, like really games, except for Bethesda, and now that's Xbox. So I think they've found their niche. Like they don't need to make a Halo or a Call of Duty competitor because it's already being played a shitload on their console.
Yeah.
Killzone, bring it back.
We don't need Killzone. Then we'll lose Horizon. Yeah, but I think I see what you're saying, Ted. But I just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Sony right now is in.
Yeah, they're just following the same formula. Xbox switching it up. So we'll see.
They're putting out great games on all these different IPs now, and they've got this like crazy branch of new series. So it's, I don't know. We'll see. I think it'll be telling with how like Horizon 2 and like God of War 2 and like how those games do and also like improve upon what greatness was already there.
Right, and it's interesting for me because I'm not someone who's going to spend $500 on a console for single player experiences.
Which is
unless unless either the volume of them is so great or there are a couple that just totally blow your mind in a way that you're like, dude, you can't not. And like right now, it's for me, it's the Marvel, it's Spider-Man, and I'm like, I just can't do it for Spider-Man yet.
Ted, have you played The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2? Because woo.
I played the first Last of Us and I bounced off of it.
All right, let's move on. I don't want to hear any more from Ted, all right? He's done. All right, before we close out the show, I want to know what you guys have been playing or anything that you want to talk about before we wrap. And Ted, you said you've been playing something, so let's hear from you.
No, it's fine. So do you remember in the Game Awards, like when The Last of Us 1 was winning?
Yeah.
Do you remember the next runner-up?
Oh, yeah, BioShock Infinite.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Slime Rancher because that's what I was playing.
What?
Yeah.
I forgot the hot, contentious battle between The Last of Us and Slime Rancher.
The sequel's coming out, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the sequel's coming out, and I played Slime Rancher when it was in early access, and I was like, you know what?
It's a fun game.
And I want like just a fun little
happy game.
Oh, that game, it's very good. There's not much to it. It's kind of like a farming sim, get your min-maxing of like you're going to make crops to feed the thing. But like it's not harsh at all. Like you get too much of everything and you're just having fun. Like you feel like you're conquering their system, but you're really not.
That's awesome.
It's just it's a fun, cute little game where you find and then multiply living slime creatures.
Just like real farming.
Yeah. And I am excited for that sequel.
Yeah.
Just like real farming. Yeah, exactly.
James, what have you been playing? Anything?
I tried playing a lot of games this past week, and I clicked open on Fallout 76 because they had an update on September 8th, and it was like this Worlds update, and I was like, great, this looks fun. It had something else to do. So I launch in, and my game crashes.
Uh-oh.
I tried launching again, and the game crashed. So you know what? I didn't play Fallout 76. So fuck that game, and that's it.
Wow, there it is, guys.
That's the second time he said that.
And he'll keep saying it. He'll keep trying it. I played more Hades. I love that game. I'm really good at that game. It's what a treat. It's just a great game.
I'm really good at Hades.
Really good at Hades. It's just so fun. Played it on the Xbox Series S, man. 60 frames, really just nice and booting up. What a treat. Opposed to the Switch, you can really notice those frames.
So you're just doing a new Hades on beautiful.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been fun to go back and like, oh yeah, I forgot about like all the little story beats and stuff. So it's cool. Though it is very very weird to go back to that game and have nothing unlocked where you're used to like, re-rolling things and like like I had no death defies and I was like,
having some extra death defies.
Yeah. So,
but you know like what works, so it's like you know what you're chasing after.
Yeah,
has that game been touched in terms of balance at all?
No.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
God, they're such a good studio.
They did it all through early access.
I'm sure they're doing small patches here and there, but like.
Yeah, but no major big updates that are like we fixed the issue with.
Hey, you know what? We made it so this class is a little bit better than this class.
All the weapons are pretty balanced, except for the bow, which is just that sucks.
Some stuff is definitely not like there's definitely like some stuff that's just bad.
The fists are so good.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the Thesideescape Gaming Podcast, episode 68. Next week, episode 69, and it's gonna be a doozy.
Yep, we're all
gonna be naked. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week, and we will be nude.
We're not gonna be nude.
Damn it.
Be there or be nude.